Love, light, chaos, murder, death, kill. This is for educational purposes only. You see that wolf behind me? Because I'm a lone wolf. And I've been alone a long time. And a lot of people can't be by themselves because they're dependent on other people to validate them for their comfortability or for their and to be an enabler. I don't need anyone else for me to be who I am. And don't get it twisted. I'm on a journey just like you, my brothers and sisters. And it's been a long journey. I've been through a lot. A lot of things I've been through, I come to realize and recognize is that how am I still here? Because I've been through a lot of situations where I shouldn't have been here. I've even attempted to kill myself. And you know what's so crazy about it? I'm going to tell you a story. One day, me and my partners, we went out to Des Moines to go party or whatever, like we normally do, get a hotel room, kick it, da-da-da-da. I got my jewelry on, I'm fresh, I got money like a motherfucker, because I always kept money. And I was feeling some type of way. And for some reason, I wanted to, I don't have no family members. I got family members who live 5 minutes away from me and so forth and so on. But they didn't give a fuck about me. Nobody cared. My own family members hated on me. The ones that I've raised them, changed their diapers and changed their kids' diapers. But they didn't care about me. They just called me a drug addict. They called me an alcoholic. They called me a womanizer. They called me all kind of things. But every time I came to an event or whatever, I always stood out. That being said, I still feel like I was not loved. Not by my mother. Not by my family members. Not by people that I've went above and beyond for. So yeah, I felt some type of way. But this is the power that dwells within me that let me know that I am divinely protected and guided. I was in Des Moines. I was somewhat intoxicated. And I was looking, for some reason, it came in my mind to go out here and go find the water, the river, because we used to stay at the Hampton hotels, and they used it right off the river in Des Moines or what have you. And I was looking for it because I was going to jump in the water, and I was going to pretty much end my own life or what have you. Now, not beknownst to me at the time, this was a demonic thing that was trying to get me to end my life because that's what they do. They don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to get to where you're supposed to be. And when you feed into these low vibrations, you become vulnerable. That being said, to get on to the story, so I couldn't find the water. So what I ended up doing was I laid down in the middle of an intersection, a four-corner intersection. I laid down on the ground in the middle of the intersection. I closed my eyes, and I was crying out, literally crying out to kill me, for somebody to run me over just to end my life, to kill me. When I opened my eyes, there were 5 police cars around me. And all these police officers was doing, they picked me up off the ground. They set me on their bumpers. They was asking me what was wrong and how can they help me. I mean, they were so caring, so endearing that it kind of blew my mind because I was not expecting that. They took my phone and was calling my partners that I had came up here with to Des Moines and gave them directions to come get me. And once they finally made it to me, they were so, hey, take care of him, make sure he all right. And they were so compassionate, so empathetic, and I couldn't understand it. And I was crying from my soul. I mean, I was crying. I was bellowing out. And I was like, none of my family members love me. Nobody cares about me. They all hate me and so forth and so on. And unbeknownst to me at the time, I was releasing a lot of pent-up trauma, a lot of pent-up hate, a lot of things that made me feel that I was unworthy, like I was undeserving. Because don't get it twisted, I used to party like a mother sucker. I used to have money and go to different clubs and different women. I've had people approach me, different women, and compliment me. I went into clubs and stopped at clubs. I went to hospital to visit people, and all the staff were standing out there looking at me as if I was something special. And I never thought of myself as special or unique. I just thought I was just a regular person. But neither here nor there. The point of it is that I know a lot of you brothers and sisters have gotten to the point where you didn't want to be here and you gave up. But because what dwells within you and the power that's in you, it's about, I guess, your self-realization of truth. And for me, even telling people that this has transpired in my life, you know, when I used to do drugs and I'd sit up there and be on binges all night, because I've always had money. I've never been without money. I could buy and do whatever. I tricked off. I did all kinds. I used to have stripper parties at my house. I go to the clubs and bring strippers home, and I had a stripper pole. We had balloon fights. We party. I had liquor. I had a bar. I was kicking it like that. Multiple cars, money. I always lived by myself. I've never had any worries, and I've always had women that threw themselves at me. And the whole point I'm stressing is that I have a higher purpose. I have a destiny. And the powers that be, these so-called agents, were all sent to try to destroy me, to aid and assist in my demise. But it wasn't written. It wasn't for me. And I took all these things as a life lesson. And a lot of you guys don't know. Yeah, I did 8 years in federal prison. Yeah, I spent 3 to 6 months in a hole at a time where the windows were painted. They took your mattress, took everything, and all you had in there was the Bible. You couldn't even see out the windows. And I did that. You only came out for an hour a day, and that was to shower and maybe sit in a fucking another cage where you can actually just maybe get some sun. And I went through all these things. But I tell you like this, a lot of these things was what made me stronger. It made me who I am. Not saying that I still didn't get tricked and I still didn't fall for the okie doke and still wasn't looking for love, because, see, I've never experienced real love. Everybody that ever came in my life that called themselves caring about me, this and that, they were all using me. Even my own family, my own mother. My mother right now, I haven't spoke to my mother in almost 2 to 3 years. My daughter, a year or so. My cousins, my sisters, I don't know how long it has been. And I don't miss them. I feel sorry for them because they don't understand. But see, I understand that they wasn't my real family. Because see, a lot of you guys, when you infants, you don't know. If it don't take but somebody to switch a birth name or a chart over and say, hey, this is such and such and this is such a, and you go to a whole different family. Because the powers that be, they were running this matrix in this world at the time. So you don't know. But everything that happened was a lesson. It made me stronger. It made me resilient. It gave me a strength that I can't even explain. I've worked jobs and went to places, and every job I've ever worked or things that I was doing, even temporary jobs, I've always been put in charge. And I had this one guy that was from New York, and he said to me when I was like, why you putting me in charge? He's like, you can't see it? You don't know? And I was like, what the fuck you mean? He's like, man, just do could you just take charge and do this? And now I understand. It's something in me. It's the essence, the anointing that I have over my life. When people say they're divinely protected and guided, yes, I am the epiphany of that. And I'm here to bring about heaven on earth by any means necessary. And I love my brothers. I love my sisters. I have no hate for any other race or ethnicity. But if you're not about love and you're not caring, then it is what it is. But I know about nature, and I know about the self-convicting spirit. Your self-convicting spirit is the spirit to tell you. Like, I challenge most of you all that's watching this video, count on your fingers things that you know you've done against people or to other people that you know wasn't right. That's what your self-convicting spirit is. It lets you know. And most of us got multiple hands. I got maybe 2 or 3 things that I've ever done in my life, because I've always shown love and compassion. Even when I didn't have, I gave. Because I knew I was going to be all right. And I want to let you, my brothers and sisters, know we going to be all right. No matter what you facing, you're going to be all right. Because we have the ultimate power dwelling within us and all around us. We have angels 24/7 plus our ancestors. So just keep striving. Just stay focused. Because eventually, everything will work out. But you got to struggle. You got to go through all the fire in order to be who you are, like the phoenix rising. Deuces.